Good morning. Um, I'm about to go into work, allegedly, but I was meditating like a couple minutes ago, and I was thinking, how bad do I really want to do psychology? I don't know. Well, it's not about doing psychology. I feel like the psychology part is already done, but I was trying to rationalize everything. There's nothing wrong with psychology. I feel like it's good and everybody needs to get into it because of the important things that you can learn and the ways that it could probably like change the way that you operate or just live your life, period. And I think that was like my whole reasoning behind psychology. I think that was the reason it was placed in my path to kind of help me with my own situation, opposed to um, I guess taking a traditional route to help others. I believe I'm meant to help other people in different ways, but I don't know if it's psychology to be exact. And the fact that I've came to that conclusion, it kind of felt like it lifted some weight off my chest because I don't feel pressured to like just get into something. And what I really want to do is art. And I was thinking like, fuck it, I'm gonna just become an artist. And I feel like that's a much more accessible route for me right now, especially. And I'm not saying I'm just giving up psychology because I'm not, but that's a much more accessible route for me in this moment. And I feel like it will be much more enjoyable. I genuinely think like I'm done with the whole school setting for the time being because I've had to deal with the school setting since I literally was a child, and I finally reached a point where I'm not in school anymore. And that was the whole point behind this, like graduating and not knowing what to do next. I feel like that was, I'm not gonna say systematic, but it was too systematic for me. And I was just so used to it, and I think I'm in a period now where I'm learning to not really operate off of systems and just kind of do what I what I want, you know? And yeah, I feel like when it concerns the path that I'm taking for right now, art is the path that I want to go down. I was saying art therapy, and granted, I could still do that, but I don't know if it's going to be like within the next year or so. Who knows? I don't fucking know. But today, right now, I don't see myself just trying to sign up for college to get my master's in art therapy. I don't see that. And well, I don't see it like in the near future, is what I'm trying to say. Um, yeah, I feel like I kind of just want to explore a little bit more opposed to just being so quick to find something and choose something. And I haven't really explored the world of art for real. I feel like I kind of just, it's always been a confined thing for me. There's always been something that I just kept to myself opposed to um, networking in that specific area. So I do want to do that. I want to be able to go out and learn more about how the art world really is. I feel like I've got enough of um, the typical routes. Niggas do art, but niggas don't be doing art. You know, like your everyday people are not just, well, depending on who you are, but for majority of the world, your everyday people aren't just like people that are so into art. It's more so people that don't really express, the artistic things within them. And I found myself to always be around artistic people, and it's not just like the typical art where you just draw, paint, it's like I've always found myself around creative people, literally. And I don't know, I feel like I've always helped everybody else within um, what they would do, or accomplish or have for themselves, whatever. But when it comes to myself, I've never, I'm not gonna say I never betted on myself because I never really just thought, to take the art route, but I've never got into it. And like I said, I've always been around creative people. Even when I was younger, like I had an aunt, she would literally make a whole bunch of shit. And I guess I've never just paid attention to how that would have an effect on me. But there was this one event I had when I was in college, and setting up for the event kind of brought me back to that moment of how she used to set up for the people at church or whatever. Like she used to make bouquets, and like she used to do all the what is it called? I don't, what the fuck is it called? Internal decorate. I don't know. Internal design. Girl, I don't know. You know how? Yeah, she used to do all of that, and so I feel like that definitely has still an imprint on me because I'm not just like a person that draws or a person that paints or a person that just, I don't know. I feel like I just do a lot of shit, and yeah, I just feel like my capabilities could be used in other ways, not just trying to be a therapist or around kids. Or I feel like everything that pretty much that I've wanted to do, I kind of have already done. And I've never said that I wanted to do these things on a bigger scale. So like the shit is kind of already checked off my list. So it's just a matter of creating a new list and checking new shit off the list. So now my list consists of artistic shit. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to see though, because like I said, I don't really have that much knowledge when it comes to like how the art world works. So like if I was to get into that, what are the different subcategories and stuff, or the different options? I'm not even gonna say options, just the different, I guess, roles that artists play. And I know when it comes to, different art things like music or film or shit like that, even film, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be interested in film. I'll be telling, well, it's not true. Never mind. Never mind. I was about to lie, but it be certain shit that I feel like, I don't know. I just like it. I don't know. But yeah, I can't really do nothing that doesn't interest me. And I talked to an art therapist recently, and every time I talk to like a psychologist or a therapist or somebody, they're always referring to like hospitals, and I've never just wanted to be in a hospital. I actually hate hospitals. Like I do. I don't like the smell, and the energy is just so dead. Unintended. The energy is just so, it's not there. And I'm very vibrant as a person, and I like vibrant shit. So I can't. I don't know. And then I realized like this world is a lot more serious than I've ever imagined it to be. So the shit she told me, like I literally asked her what are the good and the bad that you have to go through. She told me a patient spit in her eye and they had HIV. And granted, I have self-control. And I know I do because I work, around kids and stuff, but I don't play like that. Like I don't play like that. I'll be damned if I put myself in a situation to have to deal with that. Or anything concerning or regarding or like that, absolutely not. So, yeah. And then it's not even like I'm going to be obligated to work in a hospital. That's not the case, because if I get my master's and I get licensing and all the other shit, I can have my own private practice, which is cool. So that means I can pretty much do whatever I want to do, or not whatever, but I could have my own rules, regulations about who's there or how I operate. But it's the fact that when you do like internships and shit, a lot of them have to do with hospitals. I don't want to be placed in a hospital. I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't. I don't. I don't. I've never just wanted to be in a hospital setting, anyways. And it's like the stuff that they list or the places that they be listing, like the psychologists and shit. Like my professor, my old professor, he talked about how he was in jails and I don't want to be in those settings. Like the energy, like I feel it instantly already when I talk about it. So I don't know. I would like something much more outgoing, something much more inviting and welcoming. And I understand that's the job of like psychologists and art therapists and just therapists in general. I get that. But I don't have to, do those type of things if I don't want to. And I Kayla don't want to. So yeah. But yeah, so right now I'm just doing art. That's where my heart is more led to. And I've never just wanted to simply focus on art. Like there's always been something else. It may be like art on the side. But I don't know. Let's just see where this goes. And maybe if I put myself around more artists, that could probably bring something out of me. And I like the idea of that. I do. But yeah, that's that. That was just what was on my mind this morning. So yeah, thank you for watching. Kaylin loves you. Bye.